Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream. Sorry I tried doing a live stream last time, but not load. It's working right now, so let's see where this goes. So tonight I'm going to be doing mixed media. I am very excited for this tonight. I have something in mind, so I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to be using uh, just three mediums. I'm going to be doing watercolor, pastel, and sketch. And then, four. Water, pastel, sketch, and ink. And ink as in, like, with pens. I don't have any, like, little jars of ink, but I will. I'm gonna try to save up for that here soon. I need a good setup for that, because that would be very awesome. So, this paper's been here since, like, last time I tried to live stream, so it's been virtually untouched. Well, I shouldn't say untouched. It's been like touched all over, not in that way. But yeah, the cats have been walking all over. So I got to I gotta fix that. Okay, that's not coming off. Well, I'm gonna have to just beat the shit out of them for it. Okay, I'm just kidding. I love my animals. Oh, what is it in my ear? It feels horrible. You guys ever get those? Like just you feel like itch your ear and then it's like this horrible sharp pain. Anyways, I'm not live streaming to talk about ears. I'm here to make some art. I was doing some animating over the past few days for my own little project. For my one storyline is going to be under a video game, so it'll be cool. Why does the cat want? Close the door so the baby doesn't hear me, so he doesn't wake up, and then the cat just doesn't shut the fuck up. I'll stop the door soon. Hopefully. I'll leave it open a crack so then they can just come and go as they please. Anyways, I think what we'll do, started with a 2B pencil. Let's try that. I'm gonna get back into the like graphic novel project. I've been holding that off for a bit, but I don't really have motivation to do it, but I have been motivated to work on my other project. So I don't know if that's really a loss. But I don't know. I think it's on mute. I should check if mine's on mute. Yeah. Oh, my wicked setup going on here. To borrow my wife's phone and her data because our local town does not have internet. So we have to like buy data. So that's great. Anyways, where should we start with this? I had an idea, kind of like a little hilltop. Some of the people around here. So let's start with that. I'm starting to get the hang of the camera setup because normally when I first started out, I would have the camera like right in front of me and I look around there and then I would just Oh, my neck would just feel horrible, but I finally got a system laid out where I can not do that, where I can actually get very nice and close, where I don't actually have to strain to do that. I mean, it's a little strange still because I still have to have my body out of the way a bit. But I don't know, I'll take this any day over that last time. Okay. I don't want to get too close to I don't want my face getting in the way of the camera. It does help when I'm nice and close and I can really work on the small details, but I also don't want to show my face. Perhaps later in the career, I don't know. Well, it's not even a career, it's more of a hobby. I should say that. I'm gonna start drawing some people. And draw some like rough outlines, I think. And this guy, I'll have his hands in his pockets, I think. That looks nice. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll just have the one guy there. Gonna make him like a silhouette too. I don't think I'll worry too much about the. Won't go into too small of a detail for that. I could, but then I'd have to get closer and stuff. But all that silhouette's not bad. Let's give the ground some. Give the ground some texture. Well, see if we can transition into something. Let's try something else a little like that. Back to jagged. I'm always using like 2H pencils, so I'm using this 2B and I'm like, holy shit, this is like so soft, it like burns up really quickly. I don't know, it always looks too neat. Doesn't really look very natural. Let's see if we can try they would run across from each other. That doesn't look that bad. Even like over here, it looks too neat. Like kind of a walkway there. Hey, that doesn't look that bad. Let's ramp it up a bit and go from a 2B to a 5B. Let's see where this goes like that. Boom. It's so sharp the camera can't even focus. Heck yeah. So we do it. How we do it on the cat's moving for no damn reason at all. Yeah, if you want in, just come in. You don't have to make a scene. You know, I just might add some pencil crown to this. I'm not sure. I almost want to do like an 8B to it, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't know if that'll do me much favors. So for now, we have a color good for the pencils. And now let's move on to the inks. And if you do a lot of artwork like I do, you already know I got the good stuff. Got me some little microns. I love using these ever since I purchased these for my graphic novel. Holy shit, it is. I'm so sorry if you can hear my cat using the litter box. That must be like very loud. Yeah, ever since I started. Freya, that's not even the litter itself. It's like scratching the side of the bin. I don't know why my cats don't know how to use a litter box properly. I don't know if they're just broken or what. What is this thing? If I can focus through that, that's just so disruptive. I like ever since like worth the purchase. for comic book making. It is 0.03. Amazing. Amazing. But I don't know. Let's try some stuff. Let's kind of go from let's like different sizes, shall we? So we'll start with like a 0.8. Let's go. We'll kind of run around all over the sizes. I even got them all randomized here. I usually set them from like biggest to smallest. Oh, our little guy there in the 0.8. And then we'll make his footprints in 0.8 as well. And we'll kind of scatter the 0.8 all around. Hopefully that didn't go through the tape. Should actually hurt me. I don't think I'm pressing too hard with these microphones, but I'm gonna ease up a little because I have a slight feeling like that's too rough with them. I have been told that microns you have to be extra careful with because it's not just one solid tip, it's like dozens of little tips. Oh, it doesn't even bury around shit, it stinks. That's great. That's gonna go off of. It's 10. Where's my button? Let's align this with the. Oh my god, why did it do that? Alright, well, I guess we gotta improvise now. Make a weird, abstract. I was hoping for a clean line, but guess you can't have that, can you? Yeah, my girls do not seem to. They don't like to be scribbled, it looks like. Okay. I'm really wondering if I should use. Oh, I'm wondering if I should use pencil crayon. I don't know. I do not know. Like I'm done at this, so I'll just leave that here. Alright, I think we'll move on to the pastels. So let's see what we have for pastels here. Oh, I already know that. It's too. train is gonna be so loud. So loud. For me, pastels are kind of tricky because like you don't know uh I don't know which color it's actually gonna come out to be, which is pretty sketchy, if you ask me. Well, it's not sketchy, it's pastel-y. It sounds like a pastel, pastel-y. Oh, some pastel-y, yeah! You know, so. Here. Well, it looks so potent, I don't know about that. It's a white pastel. Honestly, like, when do you ever use, like, there's so many rare instances when you can use, like, a white anything, like, whether it's a crayon or a marker. But it's like, a lot of the time, like, when the hell are you gonna use it? Because the thing you're working on is like 90% of the time, it's just a white background. Like, I don't know what I'm missing. Okay. This looks promising. I'll put this guy back. Here's this guy. Like I said, this guy looks promising. I might come back to the ground here, and I might use a pencil crayon. That might help, but we'll see what the pastel has to offer. Now, from my last live stream, if you haven't seen that, which I doubt you have because there was only 8 people watching, I made quite a mistake on the one, and I had to redo it because I learned that pastel is potent and is very selective on where it wants to smudge. So you kind of got to work around the pastel, if you know what I mean. So let's try it out, I guess. I think that's good. Okay, what the hell? Okay, I'm gonna have to work around this clearly. I'm using my woodworker's technique. And yeah, this shit's bowed. So I have to flip it this way. There we go, that's... I'm gonna bite the bullet and see what the white does. Hopefully it, well, hmm. Just as I suspected, it does fuck all. Great. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Why? Why? There we go, just a little more blue. Now, is that too much blue? It's more abstract too. Well, that looks pretty good. You know, when it comes to the Northern Lights, I always found it to be like an extremely Canadian thing. Because up here, they're like so, like bold and so beautiful. These things, right? People come from like all around the world to see them. But you know, like when I see Northern Lights, I always think of like the song "Dirty Paws" from Monsters and Men. I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't know. Seems to be losing its Canadian look and rather heading toward its more European visual to it. Oh, I cannot wait to move to Europe. Oh, God. I'm getting so. Oh, it's a side rant. I'm getting so sick of living in North America. Holy shit. People here are just unreal. People have the nerve to say I'm being ridiculous about it. Like, oh, you're fine. You're fine, it's not that bad. It is that bad. Like, our house is not good at all, and our landlord has like the nerve to up the rent on it. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I think we'll call it good with the pastel. Because I know, like, I've seen some Northern Lights and they've had like very little bits of pink. Like when they're like super strong Northern Lights, like there's been a time when there's been a little bit of pink to them. So I don't know. But you know, I don't think it'll be worth it, especially with pastel. I feel like when it comes to colors like that, especially with pastel, it might just turn into like this weird like, shit brown. I don't really want that. So, but you know, these look like pretty okay Northern Lights. Like someone might say, like you know, this is too rectangular. It's too this. It's too that. Well, you know, like Northern Lights are always moving, right? So, you dick, I guess. Um, it's very warm in here. I always want to add like some stars, but I probably won't do that. But anyways, got my watercolors. So let's see what we should do. I think I used Prussian blue because that one I really liked using in Fuji. That one worked out really well. Always good to have a little bit of black, to help like darken stuff. And you know, let's do some let's do a lit, like, I mean, a very, didn't even focus. You see that? I'm trying to get it to focus. Can't see. It says Hooker's Green. I'm looking at. Wow, that really caught me off guard. Hooker's Green. Holy shit. Is there another kind of hooker that I don't know of? Wow, okay. You learn something new every day on this live stream. Am I right or am I right? Wow. Oh, I'm definitely forcing my friends to watch the live stream after. They will not believe this. Okay, anyways. No. Happy accident. Let us grab some brushes. What kind of brush do I need for this? No, it's very wide in some spots and then very narrow in others. So I'm wondering, I'll use a bit of both. I'll use this one because that'll I can do some very fine work in between, but also I can just turn it off to the side like that. I can just make quick work of that. And then there's that one paintbrush I really didn't like. I was using it on Fuji. Oh dear, why is this one? Why is this one harder than that sock in the American Pie movie? Let me just break that up. I think this. Did I use this for acrylic last time? I think I did. It's that I think that'll be too overkill anyways now that I sized it up with the thing. Is there like a better one? Where's this guy? Let's see. That's like the exact same size. No, it's just a less used one. Oh, shit, I had more brushes than this right here. My kid take them off? What in the world? Alright, well, I guess that happened. See, I don't want to use this. I should have used this when I was making like tree leaves in my one live stream. That would have worked out really well. But it didn't. Well, let's just go with this. So not pick all the stray hair out of that. Is that hair gonna be a problem? Oh, silly me. I have to wet the paper. Just gonna go and get right at it. I can't do that because I have to wet the paper. Now, if I can avoid the pastel and the sketch, that'll be fine. Because I'm sure, even if it did touch it, I'm sure it'll be fine. Right? But that doesn't mean I still want it from happening either. This desk lamp, I tell you, is so handy. I had a really nice one, right? It was a huge industrial one. And I had it next to my little red lamp. So it was my little red lamp and then this huge nice black one. that hung over, and it lit both sides. It was so good. Oh my god! And then I gave it away. So we were gonna move to Europe, so we were like, yeah, we don't need this. But then like financial stuff kicked in, and we're like, fuck, we're not going to Europe. So now I'm just stuck with my wife's stuff. Not that her stuff is bad, but it the one I had though, goddamn, I had it like. What happens if a guy were to wet a pastel? Hmm. I better stop. I feel like that's gonna cause me some trouble down the road. Best not find out. Excuse you. Ripping ass on my live stream. How dare you? Just get a little closer to this. Okay. I think we're good. I'm gonna let that dry a little. You know, another thing about it, I don't even think I'm gonna need this brush. No, I'll just put it right back. I'm gonna let that dry for a bit. And while it's dry, I'm gonna think about. Excuse me. I'm gonna think about how to lay out this stuff. You know, I might not even need Hooker's Green and the other. You know, I might not even need them, right? But I'll hang on to them, like just in case, because like you never know. Right? Never know. That's right. It's turning a pool a little, so I'm gonna like do it with my fingers now, so it speeds up the process. Because I think I had too much water, and the water's like, I'm not going anywhere. And I'm like, yes, you are. Get off. Okay. Now let's start out with this Prussian blue. I was very impressed with this last time. It helped my Fuji painting really well with the water. It had like a very nice tone to it, and like you would see in like those Oriental, like Chinese, Japanese paintings. Have you ever seen like just the visual to them? So I really like that. So let's bring that back. I'm gonna have to add quite a bit more after this because you did not in the world. Watercolor smells like vinegar. That's interesting. Oh, that was a little too much, but oh well. Let's see if we can try. I'm not too worried about the watercolor just because I'll probably use quite a lot of it to my advantage. Like, see, I can pull a lot of this over and use it to make it nice like that around the guy there. Probably add just a little more back over here. I think that's a bit stronger as well. And just around the guy. Oh, look at that. Like what happens if I like really, really push along the edges of the. And then, when I add the black, that'll really, really help out with that. And I always like to go horizontal when it comes to like sky, horizon stuff. But if I really, really, well, almost like under any circumstances, I won't really go vertical because like usually when you look out in the sky, like how you see the horizon is the layers, right? Like an onion. So you don't, so you want to go with the layers because the layer seams are kind of like horizontal. So you want to go with that. So really, I don't really have an excuse as to go and like go vertical like that. So if you see that, me do that, sure you type in the chat, you say Tenermicus, you dink, you did it again. And I'm like, oh, you're right. I won't ever do that again. So, oh shit. I gotta plug in my computer. Excuse me 1 second, everyone. Sorry about that, everyone. Had to. Dad was phoning me when I started a live stream. And I'm like, my guy, I'm in it right now. Anyways, this is a very short live stream. Oh my god, why the fuck is it that much? Oh my, what the hell? Why is it that much? I don't know. Well, let's make do with it. You know, a messy look can actually look pretty. See if we can get by with the messy look to it, you know. Why does this smell? It smells like a weird vinegar. I should stop smelling my watercolor paint and just paint the picture. What happens if we add like a little? Oh, let's see if we can do it again. That's a little too strong, that one. Let's see if we can blend it out. Okay, well. I think that's as far as I'm going to get with that. Well, I think I honestly don't see what else to add to that. No, like I think the last time I've ever done mixed media art, I think I was like still in like elementary school. So that's pretty odd. Didn't do anything like this though. We had to like work with like paper and glitter. Ugh. Fuck glitter, am I right? Ugh. Oh, there's silence. Put it like right there. So I don't think anyone's gonna see that actually. Then, but I just color that up and then like there. That looks a little better than that. Good. Okay. Well, if I see that no one showed up tonight, if you happen to spot this video later, Well, I can't say watch it because I'm telling you this at the end of the video. Anyways, if you come across this video, I hope you enjoy it. If you watch it, I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted when I'm doing another live stream. So you all have a good night. Subscribe if you want to. Yeah. Bye.